It's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And in today's video, we're going to discuss man reveals the dark side of women. Attractive men live in a different reality than most men. So this gonna be a good one, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, like he's definitely gonna be talking about the whole reality. It is a bit slow paced, but I think I can probably speed it. I'm not sure, but we gonna see what he has to say here, man.
Live their life, bro. I can only speak on my life. I never was a nigga that had to wait for no pussy. I never was a nigga that I never had to have game. Put on an outfit, buy some jewelry, buy a gift for Christmas, Valentine's Day, buy a bitch a pair of shoes, pull up in a car. Nigga, I ain't even have to have a phone. I don't think you niggas understand how deep this shit go, bro. While you sitting up there trying your hardest and doing all that shit, it be a nigga like me chilling, waiting on as soon as you get done buying everything, and she gonna call me, and we gonna blow all that shit because you don't understand the dark side of women. Once I seen it for myself, I never, ever, ever could unsee it.
That's what it takes.
You see, like I grew up with brothers, older brothers, three of them older than me, one of them younger than me. And I sat and watched bitches stand in a line to get fucked. I watched bitches, niggas straight run through three niggas' pockets just to bring it back to one nigga. I watched bitches straight cut each other off just to fuck with another. When I seen what bitches, like, what men gotta be aware of, it's the envious and competitive spirit of women, bro. That's the dark shit. That's the dark side of women. When they want it, they gonna get it. And it ain't shit you can. It ain't nothing in your power you can do to stop them.
Nothing.
Nothing, nigga. Nothing, nigga. That's why oh my God, when I seen it and I overstood it and I understood how it worked, I just trust bitches to be bitches, bro. And I don't get mad when they bust a move. I actually expect it. What surprises me is when a bitch don't bust a move. When a bitch sit and be like, I'm not gonna I don't follow trends, I set them. Now that's some other shit right there, you hear me? That's a whole nother piece of the game I ain't never even talked about. We talking about a bitch that don't follow trends, she set them. I'm gonna have to say that for another one. But I'm just telling you, nigga, a lot of you niggas get your own heart broke. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Because a lot of niggas don't know, man. Y'all don't understand this shit. Y'all don't, y'all need to understand this shit, bro. Stop going out like the sucker, man. And start being the nigga that's just watching. You know, sometimes you might have to chill with a bitch for a week. Not your girlfriend. None of that. You gotta, yeah, like get you a female homegirl, just chill with her for a week and see how her and her friends move. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get educated. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I feel sorry for certain niggas, but I don't feel sorry for certain niggas, bro. You know, some of you niggas that had the opportunity to be clear about shit, but you got so motherfucking mad and got in your feelings, it got all inside your bubble that you like you hate player niggas now. Like you can't stand them when you see them because you keep falling victim to them. It ain't the dude's fault. It ain't the bitch fault. It's a lot of niggas. Let's talk, man. A lot of niggas give up their power to females so quick. As soon as a female come in the room, nigga forget his social security number. He forget where he live. He forget where he put his car keys. This nigga can't even, bro. And she see that shit.
Hook,
You
line,
not a
and sinker.
nigga under control, under pressure, bro. You not a good leader. You're not a man that holds steady when you see a woman present, regardless how far she is. She don't want to be under your program. You don't even have a program. As a matter of fact, ever since you met the bitch, she ain't seen you on no type of program. It's been all about her, and you wonder why she shake your, don't respect you, bro. She don't have a program. You supposed to always have you a fucking program. You ain't got no program, nigga, but you giving up your last, so you make yourself an easy target, bro. Facts. I'm out.
Hey man, bro said some real deal shit right here, man. He said some real deal shit. Man, we can't that, but it's a couple points that I definitely want to come back and touch on because he said some stuff, but I definitely want to give some more context too as well because that's what I do. But I wanted to play it all the way through so you guys could see what I'm talking about. But I think I'm gonna go back and because there's some things I want to actually elaborate on.
Chilling, waiting on as soon as you get done buying everything, then she gonna call me. Then we gonna blow all that shit.
I've definitely been in this situation. I've told you guys plenty of times when women have went and got drinks from guys, and we just sat there and drunk the bottle together. She didn't got the money from the guy, and we spent it together, and we eating the food. I told you guys about the woman that was at work, the Amazonian chick, that the guys was taking her to lunch all the time. Trying to get cool points and brownie points with her, and she ended up making me something that turned all the enemies, my coworkers, into my enemies because they all wanted her and they was taking her out. She was sharing the chicken nuggets and stuff with me that the guy bought her for the dinner to try to get on her good side. So she's sitting there, I'm sitting there just eating the chicken nuggets. He walking by looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, damn, bro. So I'm telling you right now, and I wanted to change the title too, mostly like a sexually attractive man live in a different reality. So y'all will look at this guy and be like, look, Max will look at this guy and be like, oh, you ain't getting nothing, bro. I'm telling you, like the real players, the ones that really like be getting them, don't be looking like how y'all think they look like, bro. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all got to get that image out your head. Y'all got to, bro, this peep game, you gonna see what I'm talking about. You ain't got to be no runway model looking guy to be doing stuff like this. Trust me. Trust me. I've been in college with these guys, that football players, guys that wouldn't even come nowhere near what y'all looks would say was be on the looks matching thing.
Because you don't understand the dark side of women. Once I seen it for myself, I never, ever, ever could unsee it. You see, like I grew up with brothers, older brothers. Three of them older than me, one of them younger than me. And I sat and watched bitches stand in a line to get fucked. I watched bitches, niggas straight run through three niggas' pockets just to bring it back to one nigga. I watch bitches straight cut each other off just to fuck with another. When I seen what bitches
I'm
like,
telling you, they will turn on each other about that, bro. They will turn on each other. I done seen chicks that like turn it back on their friends and go behind and smash. Bro, I didn't seen some of the chicks that after I broke up with one of my ex-girlfriends, one of her friends. In fact, she slid on me after because they was on the same dance team. I just thought about that. She definitely slid. It actually was two of them. It was two of them because there was one of them went back and forth with my girl at that time, and we had like a little argument and stuff like that. But she was going back and forth with her on the book. She definitely slid after the breakup, and there was another one that was kind of like peeping, but she had like a funny way of flirting. She was kind of like one of the mean kind of flirting with her, but she was the most aggressive when it came to everything else. She went the craziest, and I'll go on the Patreon on that. But I'm telling you, bro, they will undercut each other, bro. They will backdoor each other about that D, bro. I'm telling you about that, man. They don't care, bro.
what men gotta be aware of is the envious and competitive spirit of women, bro. That's the dark shit. That's the dark side of women. When they want it, they gon' get it. And it ain't shit you can. It ain't nothing in your power you could do to stop them.
Yep. All that cop blocking, all that stuff where they trying to talk bad on your name, all that pillow talking, none of that stuff ain't gonna work, bro. They can talk all the shit they want about you, about the archetype of guys that he don't want her talking to, and I guarantee you, he, bro, she's still gonna be going right back to that guy, going right back to that guy. Ain't nothing nobody can do. When a girl got her eyes set on you and she want to get up, dig her claws into you, she finna get there. She gonna try the hardest. On like, oh, you can put up the blockade and stop. But I'm saying she gonna do everything in her power to get right to get right with you. I'm telling you, like they get relentless, and they don't care who they step on. Some of them they'll cut off their family and all. They don't, man. They get serious behind that for real.
Nothing, nigga. Nothing, nigga. That's why the my God, when I seen it and I overstood it and I understood how it worked, I just trust bitches to be bitches, bro. And I don't get mad when they bust a move. I actually expect it. What surprises me is when a bitch don't bust a move. When a bitch sit and be like, I'm not gonna follow I don't follow trends. I
That's kind of
set them.
that's kind of the ones that be like them, the ones that's cool. Them the cool ones. But at the end of the day, you understand they always gonna go for the options, especially when they single and stuff like that, and they living their life. You gotta expect them to be branching out. You're gonna be branching out. You're gonna be hit this trick, and then you're gonna be like, dang, another chick walk by later on. You're gonna be like, dang, when you dating and you just out there, bro, you're gonna be thinking one thing, she gonna be thinking the same thing. So you just expect that. But sometimes it will surprise you. You get you a real one. I'm like, oh dang, I wasn't. You was planning on just having some fun. You messing around and bump into a real one. It happened like that.
Now that's some other shit right there. You hear me? That's a whole nother piece of the game I ain't never even talked about. We talking about a bitch that don't follow trends, she settle. I'm about to say that for another one. But I'm just telling you, nigga, a lot of you niggas get your own heart broke. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Because a lot of niggas don't know, man. Y'all
Mhm.
don't understand this shit. Y'all don't, y'all need to understand this shit, bro. Stop going out like the sucker, man. And start being the nigga that's just watching.
Mhm.
Sometimes you might have to chill with a bitch for a week. Not your girlfriend. Not none of that. You gotta, yeah, like get you a female homegirl, just chill with her for a week and see how her and her friends move.
That's one of the best things you can do for real sometimes. Like having that insight a chick you ain't really trying to smash, and she like, and you got it to the point where she comfortable and you talking, she talk to you about anything, even about other guys and stuff. This a chick you ain't really trying to smash, and you just really just around y'all really like platonic friends, even though they be like, oh, you can never be platonic friends, but it can really have it if they both got y'all both got the same mindset and y'all really cool. Even if it is a time clock on it, I can give it that. It can be a time clock on it. But for that period where y'all cool and ain't no, you know, ultimatums being brought up or any tension between like sexual tension, bonding or whatever, between that time, when y'all both just being cordial, you can get the most information out of a chick. You ain't like you just trying to pry it out of her. But when you being cool and she comfortable telling you everything, you would find out some stuff that you thought you would never knew about chicks for real. Like it's no better thing than to get it from the horse's mouth, and she's literally being honest because she ain't got nothing to hide from you. She ain't got no reason to be sneaky behind you or nothing like that. So she ain't got to worry about snaking you or nothing, because she already telling you stuff. So you watch how they operate, you're gonna be like, okay, this how a lot of you gonna notice the patterns. Like even though they might not all do it the same exact way, but you're gonna notice certain patterns, and they gonna open up that door for you that standing from the outside looking in ain't gonna do for you. So definitely been having that insight, because I used to have a baddie I used to have a baddie wing girl type deal. I think I talked about this on Patreon too. And but I told several stories about how she's the one that helped me break me from being oblivious to the choosing centers and stuff that I was getting. So she definitely opened my door from that, and she definitely got me a whole bunch. it was to the point where I didn't even have to talk to chicks, but she was just pulling because she hung out around a lot of bad chicks. So her friends were just it was just easy access with her, bro. But having a cool chick as a homegirl, and she bad too. And watching how her friends operate, because most likely when her friends come around and they see that she cool with you, bro. Most likely you ain't even gonna have to smash her because her friends gonna want in. What you gonna like? I'm telling you, bro. Because and that goes back to the sneaky thing we were talking about earlier. Because even though y'all friends or whatever, and she might be talking about, they gonna talk about your ass regardless. If you hanging with her, they gonna talk about you, and a couple of them gonna try to slide for sure. But for sure, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You hanging out with a baddie, she got some friends. Her friends gonna try to slide on you, even if they got guys. Depending on how strong the relationship is, but it might not be as prevalent. It might not be as much if they have a guy. But I'm telling you, if they single, it's full regardless. One or two of them gonna try you, especially they got like that 5 friend group. They got a big friend group, but if it's like 2 or 3, it can be a bit. But I'm telling you, one way or another, it's gonna happen some way or another.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get educated. Because I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I feel sorry for certain niggas, but I don't feel sorry for certain niggas, bro.
I feel that.
You know, some of you niggas that had the opportunity to be player about shit, but you got so motherfucking mad and got in your feelings, it got all inside your bubble that you hate player niggas now. Like
Mhm.
you can't stand them when you see them because you keep falling victim to them.
And y'all thought that when I talked about
It ain't the
hold
dude's
up,
fault. It ain't the bitch fault. It's a lot of niggas. Let's talk, man.
it's really their fault. So I'm gonna end his video off here because we didn't already seen the whole video. But I remember I told you guys about the guys that have that trauma from the guys that they see that usually get the women that they wanted. Yeah, that's exactly what he just spoke on. Now you got guys over there just basically the player haters. I guess what you would say like that. The sexually attractive men haters, the men that fit that archetype that they can get the girls, and they literally witnessed these guys getting women because you know what I'm saying. Like it be the women that they wanted, and now they got this thing. And every time they see a guy that fit that archetype, yeah, it's guys like that walking around. It's a lot of guys walking around like that. That's why you get that look that I'll be telling y'all about. Yeah, that's why they try to do the performative stuff and try to stun on you when you come around because they know what go down when they in the presence of a sexually attractive man, and they know that it's women around that they want. So that's why they peacock harder. That's why they try to that's why they flex harder when they're around you. They try to talk about how much money they get and they bit. That's when all that started coming out. They start flexing. They try to hype themselves up. They try to one up you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up you. You see what I mean? That's when they become real performative. And if they got a chick on their arm, oh, the mate guarding is insane. Oh, yeah, it's off the charts right there. Definitely. Those guys, yeah. They've definitely I call it trauma because if you're still reacting to something that happened a long time ago and it governs your every move at this point in time, whenever you see a certain person, I believe that's traumatic. Because if you're having a traumatic experience, you had a traumatic experience and it's affecting you. Now every time you see the archetype of man, now you're reacting a certain way and it's controlling you pretty much your actions. That's traumatic. That's why I call it trauma. It is, it may seem like it's like too much, but it's the truth. It's really guys walking around here. Every time they see a sexually attractive man, they on edge. They hate they can't freaking stand it. Man, this the girl, like it could be something from like high school. It'd be like, man, this the kind of guy that they probably had a high school crush and they went for that type of guy. And every girl they like went for these type of guys. So they grow up with this hatred and disdain for these types of guys. And the girls like they might have been in that position where they gave the girl the money and spent that and getting none of the nookie, but end up seeing him later on. He probably spent the prom, went to the prom with her, and she probably gave him a kiss on the side of the cheek, or not even that, probably like a side hug. And then she see him jumping, he see her jumping in the car with the guy. You see what I'm saying? Of that archetype, and he finna get the reward that he been trying to get all night. So he might have had that trauma for all the way from high school growing up, and this might have been happening over and over and over again. So he's the one that's shelling out all the cash and doing all that, and being in that position, living in the reality of the simp that's barely getting some, if that. If not, he just gotta like really, really penny up. That causes guys to form a certain type of like hatred towards sexually attractive men. That's why they can't stand when you come around, bro. You will say, I'm telling you, that's a real thing. It may sound like some funny shit, but it is. It's real, bro. But anyway, I don't want to stretch this out any longer because I've been yapping for long enough, me and him. So yeah, man, it's your boy Noto back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves. They want to work at it. I'm out.